Bam, here we are. New spot.
Here we be. I like it.
New
Tommy
pod-
O'D.
JD, Who Didn't Ran podcast. This is episode 1. I guess it's 2.0 of Who Didn't Ran. However, this new show here, we're coming literally a golf ball's whack away from the Atlantic Ocean in Revere Beach.
Chocolafe.
Yeah.
They built this place for a year.
Yeah.
I told you that. That's why it's so nice in here. And this is going to be one of the nicest podcast rooms I've ever seen.
Yeah, they're renting time out here, so we're the first degenerates to get in here. So,
Speaking of degenerates, Massachusetts, question 4.
right, Johnny's all fired up about the
Legal
question.
trip.
What is question 4?
Question 4 in Massachusetts is, should they allow psilocybin, magic mushrooms, various things of that nature,
For recreation.
to be pretty much be legalized on a recreational as well as a treatment level. And the recreational part is the funny part, is you'll be able to...
That's like giving the recreational part is gonna be, you'll go to the dispensary and you'll be able to get psilocybin gummies. That's what's coming. So my buddy Billy in Colorado sent me a picture, and I think that is gonna result in so many fucking emergency room visits, right?
And there's a little more detail than that. They're
Kids
not
will
going
be
to allow
handing it to
that.
each other like, oh, it's like weed. It's like, no, it's not. It's like, do you want to run around with dragons? I think it's.
They're
I'll
going
eat
to
them.
allow...
I'll eat them when they legalize. I'm just saying. I think it's a scary proposition.
They do it without a medical marijuana, not medical marijuana, medical treatment centers. That is what they're going to allow. Because they're
Really?
they're going to try to get it out of the... they don't want to make it a rich kid thing. I guess in Oregon, which was the first state that tried this back in 2020. But they set it up so that they'd have these treatment centers, but it turned out to be like thousands of dollars because of the cost of the training and everything. And,
Doctor's visit.
Yeah, and the insurance.
Right.
The insurance. But Colorado then did it in 2022, and they added a good initiative to the law is they allowed a home growth. And Massachusetts is copying that, and that's going to be the interesting part, Tommy, is a 12 by 12 foot area that's 144 square feet is allowed so that you can grow the fungi.
That's crazy.
That is going to be crazy. Mass and Cass is going to be a whole different place.
Yeah, I think it's going to result in car accidents, and I think we're going to get a lot of good artwork out of it, though, probably.
And community gardens will definitely result in very interesting community gardens.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think it's a dangerous idea. I mean, as somebody who will partake in the psilocybin, still, I think it's, I have a child. I wouldn't want her finding those gummies and thinking they're candy,
Yeah, no, that would definitely have to be, obviously everything is going to be over the age of 21.
When I have weed gummies, just in case, I always show them to my kid. I'm like, you see these? Don't eat these. These are mine. Don't fucking eat them. And she said, what are they? I said, they're weed.
You gotta remember though, the more you tell somebody not to do something, the more they're inspired they are to do it. Little heaven was.
She's 8. Dude, one day she walked in my bedroom and she caught me with my bong out.
Oh boy.
And she just looked at that. She goes, what is that? Now, if I said it's a bong,
Yep.
that would have been a long discussion. But
Right.
I just looked up and said, it's a pipe. She just said, okay, and left the room. Finito.
Children can be smarter than you think, especially in today's day and age, because they'd be teaching them stuff in school. You know what I mean? They'd be trying to turn them into snitches. And let us know if you see your parents smoking this herb.
No, probably not the weed anymore. But
No, it was like that for a while.
I take her to school every morning and I pick her up, and I can spot the parents that are like, the white trash meth addicts. There's not that many. She goes to school. We live in Quincy, so it's all Chinese kids, which is cool. My daughter thinks she's Chinese. Like, she really thinks she's Chinese.
Didn't you bring her to Chinatown once? And she said, Daddy, this is Little Quincy. Anyway, talking about marijuana, that's how this all started. This all started, of course, with the, medical use and Compassionate Use Act. Actually, that's what it was called, the Compassionate Use Act, Proposition 215, 1996 in California. I remember I was there. I think I had told you that I took part in that with the telemarketing, calling people saying you're going to vote yes on 215, yes on 215.
Really?
And we did it for nothing, but they did provide pizza and butt. And
wow.
I did it. I did it.
What state was this?
This was in California.
Wow.
I was
You
in
spent a lot of
California.
time out there.
Yeah, I was out there for 32 years, and I was out there in 1996. And
Can I
participated.
mention what you were embedded in for
Yeah,
a while?
I was embedded in everything for a while, but don't go too deep now. No,
All
don't
right,
go
all
too
right.
deep.
We'll leave it there.
You know, I mean,
Johnny was big crippin'.
the thing about the Compassionate Use Act, and this was really cagey because this is why what the state's been fighting ever since. It's the way it was worded. I guess the attorneys, Jack Herrera, they were so smart as they worded it so that medical marijuana will be used for cancer and glaucoma, and they named all these other things that they threw in this cagey little wording that said, or any other illness or discomfort
Right.
which marijuana may provide a solution for.
Right.
And it was that wording
Right.
that opened it up for people going in there and say, you know, when I go like this, my neck hurts, but the weed helps.
Right,
And
right.
then get a prescription. It
You
became,
can have-
a wink and a nod.
If you have Crohn's disease, you can smoke weed and get relief. If you fucking dying of cancer, you get relief. You know, it's a comforting drug. Anytime, yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, compared to what there's so many other things out there that are legal. I mean,
Times I'd like
you
stay
can make
up.
an argument against caffeine.
If I'm up all night doing whatever I'm doing, and then I smoke weed at like sunrise, I instantly feel better. You know
Florida's the big one, though.
why?
Because Florida, the way they're wording the ballot is they're going to let the people decide whether they want recreational or medical or none. And as I said, I think I'm repeating myself. As of recent polls, 57% said that they want full recreational, while only 32% said that they would only approve the medical. And only 11% said that they don't want it.
Right.
And,
Okay, so it's gonna pass.
Yeah, it's going to pass. Even Donald Trump said he's going to vote yes on it.
Right.
Ron DeSantis, the Republican, still a little bit on the conservative side. He said he'd rather keep it as medical. But
Now-
he's probably thinking about, money in the state's pocket.
Is Florida a red or a blue state? I don't even know.
Well, Florida is ex-blue. They're like walkaways. They now have DeSantis, who's a Republican governor.
Right.
He very much pushes Trump.
Florida's a crazy fucking place, dude.
Hey,
Nutty.
it's the
I've only been to Disney World a few times, but
the gunshine state. It's the only state that truly stands for the Second Amendment for real.
yeah.
You know what I mean?
How many
Castle law.
documentaries have I seen? It starts with the words "a Florida man."
Let's see what other notes do I have here. Oh, and I guess they're pushing for they're going to take 15% tax instead of the 20 like they do at the dispensaries right now.
Okay,
That's
that's
20%.
for what? The psilocybin?
Yeah, 15%.
Of course, that's why they're doing it. It's the only fucking reason they're doing it.
Of course.
Like, yeah, medical industry can make money, ba ba ba.
Of
It just
course.
makes more people to pay more taxes. That's why they're doing it.
And it's going to create two boards.
It's gonna create.
Natural Psychedelic Substances Commission will be
Okay.
a 5-member, probably coming from law enforcement.
Yeah.
They will be the commission that will oversee this new magic mushroom law to see where it goes. But there also will be,
Are there any psilocybin proponents?
well, yeah, there's going to be a 20-member Natural Psychedelic Substances Advisory Board.
Okay.
And this,
Are they
these
psy- are
20
they
members
psychonauts?
will actually be proponents and possible users
right.
of the magic mushrooms, so they can report on the benefits thereof. And that's kind of, that shows
And
the
that's how
balance of the
that's how they'll write the law.
Yes, yeah, that's correct. That is correct, because they're trying to do it so they can, from the beginning, say this is the way it is. California, again, as a perfect example, when they passed Proposition 215, especially with that wording, they immediately, the California State Senate immediately jumped on it, all right, and they started putting together, which was funny, Amendment 420, Amendment 420, they called it. And that's when they started passing all the laws that, you can only have an ounce.
Right.
I mean, square footage of what you can grow. You got to be a licensed dispensary. That's when they started the ID
Yeah, they don't want you
program.
to have a fucking monopoly. You know.
They started the ID program, which a lot of people fought on because it's like, no, I mean, you have to identify each one of us, and that still is the way it works in every state. And remember, when you go into a Massachusetts dispensary, you can't get nothing. You got to put down your name and your address.
Right.
Not address, but phone number.
Yeah,
you gotta
they
show an ID.
check an ID.
And they bing it on the
Do
back.
they? I don't even pay attention.
No, bing. I always wonder if because remember you're not supposed to have a firearm. They take away your Second Amendment rights if
Why?
you use marijuana. And
Really?
I always wonder if they cross-reference that, just like a blockchain.
Yeah, I'm not going to say his name, but I have a friend who's a very legal gun owner, and anytime he wants edibles from the dispensary, I'm his drug mule. He sends me in.
Yeah, because you can't, just in case they do that cross-referencing.
Right. He's
Yeah,
afraid to lose his
and
guns. I don't blame him.
Yeah, you come and get it, which is completely ridiculous because you can drink a pint of Jack Daniels a night and you can have a firearm.
I get a
or
couple.
sex.
Yeah, I don't mind going for it because I buy myself a couple pre-rolls while I'm in there.
I mean, somewhere there's a guy out there drunk every night cleaning his guns,
Right.
but he's okay. He's fine.
I know.
He's fine.
Alcohol.
He
and
never
firearms.
gonna crack. He never gonna crack. Let's see what else we got. We got all kinds of things that we've been researching here. This is what I wanted to talk about. The ketamine.
First of all,
I
let's
didn't
talk about ketamine.
I didn't even know that ketamine has been allowed in this state now for about 4 years.
Yeah,
And
but
I-
it's probably like a little amount. It's not where we're trying to go.
Yeah.
Have you ever done it?
No, I haven't done it yet. But whereas, like they said, the whole psilocybin thing in Oregon got too expensive. You can do ketamine. I got a quote was of $200.
Yeah.
$200. And
I wonder how much they give you. If it's enough to really
It's
just
interesting.
feel it.
I'm sure. It's not to find out how much they give you, but to find out how much that is. I'm sure it's probably on the website. That's what they give it to you. But they give it to you in a drip. They give it to you in a drip, and you just sit there, and it's actually
Yeah,
like
they put like
intravenous.
blinders on you and headphones. Oh, that sounds like a good time. It sounds like fun.
We will.
I think if they
we will do that and then report our results in future podcasts.
Well,
They
what
say it resets your brain.
what ketamine is a dissociative anesthetic. So it's like angel dust, where you'll see yourself moving all weird and everything's weird, but your thinking is totally normal. You can think straight, but like the horizon's good and you're like, who put marshmallows in my sneakers? Yeah, it's not ketamine. Ketamine more is like you fall on the ground and you just lay there and you end up in a K-hole. Dust is more of a, think I can stop a train drug,
And you know what's coming, don't you? What's coming?
Did you
is-
smoke a lot of dust out in California?
Nah, not really, because it's too spacey.
Really? Now, is it,
Space,
is,
I mean,
is it
you,
dust like here, like the New York dust that we get? You know what I mean? Like the green stuff that like makes the paper green. You know what I mean? This is real fuel. Like, I hear they do dippers. Like, what are they dipping it in? I have no idea. Is it
Formaldehyde.
See, that's not phencyclidine, though.
Formaldehyde. They call it water. out in California.
Right. But phencyclidine is what angel dust is. So that sounds
That is
like
correct.
something else to me, like embalming fluid. I know that gets you whacked, but anyway, I didn't really have a point. But ketamine, ketamine's another one that in the wrong hands. Like all these drugs are like giving an 8-year-old keys to a race car,
DMT, I guess, is another one that's coming up on ballots everywhere. They're talking about the possibility. This is all about mental health.
Right.
I guess
DMT's
they call
amazing.
SSRIs, all these new drugs that are coming out for these people that are saying that they can help you, they can help you, they can help you. A lot of people are saying this ain't helping. They bounce around with these different drugs.
Right.
So there is members of the psychiatric community who have again
Right, like
tried this on their own and say we should go
MDMA
this way.
therapy, yeah. I mean, I recently did DMT, and it's the second time.
What was I?
Somebody was.
We'll talk about that off
Yeah,
mic.
someone was a jerk to me, and he was like, "Oh, I feel bad. Here, you can have this." So, but it was what it is. It's a powerful one, man.
Yeah,
You gotta be sitting down.
yeah, that's
First time I did it, I closed my eyes and covered them like this the whole time, and went somewhere else. This time, I opened my eyes. I was laying in my bed. It was crazy, but I can't even explain it, but it was.
You ever
That's
come
a strong. That's a strong one.
You ever
Again,
come
these are
across this
all.
stuff?
These are all. That's a hard one to come across.
almost impossible.
Yeah, you gotta, some guy, who's like a hippie traveler or something, is someone that will have something like that. But
Or colleges.
yeah, I guess
Colleges, especially ones that have chemistry programs.
I'm 50, you're 60 something.
hang out the colleges they'll call the law.
But no, I was in California, and you get the drops. You know?
Right.
And it was always said that Berkeley, UCal Berkeley, had a
Yeah.
very well-known chemistry
Oh,
program.
absolutely.
So that's where they would come from. That's where they would
Right.
come from. You
That
find
dude,
that-
like Owsley, whatever the guy's name was.
yeah, us.
Yeah, man. Did
Yeah,
you ever
yeah.
read? Did you ever read the Ken Kesey book, The Electric Kool-Aid Acid Test?
No, I never read that book, but I've heard about it. And,
It's
definitely-
interesting. It's interesting because it's like, I mean, I'm a big like Jack Kerouac fan, and it's like derivative of that because like Neil Cassidy, who was in Kerouac's On the Road and a lot of his other books, he pops up in Ken Kesey's book. It's nuts.